guys, welcome back to my vlog, Honestly.Kelsey. If you're new here, you should take 1 second to hit the subscribe button below and the little bell so you can stay up to date on my latest videos. On my channel, we talk a lot about mental health, what it's like to live with bad mental health, what it's like to try to improve your mental health, my life as a teen mom, my life as an addict, and just kind of growing through all that into where I'm at now. And where I'm at now isn't perfect, but I'm human and I'm trying. Vlog, we are going to talk about 5 ways to improve your mental health. And I'm no counselor, I'm no therapist. I am simply going to share with you 5 things that I've kind of done that have improved my mental health, at least even a little bit, and stuff that I've just seen kind of being in this community and dealing with other people who suffer with the same thing. So maybe these things will help you. So make sure you stick around to the end of the video where I give you my number 1 tip and the most important tip on how to improve your mental health, guys. So number 5 is a tip that might not make sense to all of you or work for all of you. It works especially well for me because I am an addict. Always will be. Tip number 5 is do not mask your problems with alcohol and illegal substances. Deal with them. I know it's hard. It is so hard, but you have to deal with your problems head on. By using and drinking all the time, if you have a problem and you need to realize that this is only going to make it worse in the long run. I know that right now it feels good to be drunk. It feels good to be high. And you want to feel good because when you're depressed, you feel like crap all of the time. All of the time. And it's horrible. Feeling hopeless is horrible. So I know what it's like. I know that you want to use and get drunk to mask those feelings. But don't do it, okay? Get help. Find help. It is really like putting a Band-Aid on your arm that's falling off and saying it's good. It is a temporary solution to a much more permanent and long-term problem, guys. You can't do this. And I'm not saying don't drink a glass of wine every now and then or even smoke a bowl every now and then. Do what you need to do to de-stress or whatever, but do not let it completely control your life, and don't use it as a Band-Aid to cope with your mental anxiety or your mental illness, your anxiety, your stress, whatever. You gotta deal with these things. It's a tip number 4. And this one might be the most obvious, but it's also the most important. Well, not the most, I don't know. It's important, I think. And it's not for everyone. But tip number 4 is seek help. Get a counselor, even get prescription medication to manage whatever disorder you might have. And I know counseling sucks and it's hard. It's really hard to find a stranger that you feel comfortable opening up to. It took me many years to find and handfuls of counselors to find the right one. And I actually ended up seeing a drug and alcohol counselor just because she could relate to me more, and just finally a person I felt like I clicked with and connected to. So I know another problem a lot of times I hear for people is finding a way to pay for counseling. It is so expensive. Even if you have insurance, it can be really hard to find someone that insurance covers because a lot of times they're booked. There's just not enough. So what I did was I went to BMS. It's Behavior Management System. Or service? Is a service? I don't know. I'll find it and link it below. They have one in Rapid City and they have one in Spearfish. Sometimes the wait can be a little long. You want to get on this as soon as possible because it might take a minute to get in. But once you go in, they see you as much as you need to. And they have counselors for everyone. Everyone. Any kind of problem you have. But they also have med doctors and they can help you find the right medication for yourself. And that is another huge thing. I'm guilty. I do not take it like I am supposed to sometimes. And sometimes I do. But I know that for a lot of people, finding the right medication can be a game changer. I mean, totally change your life. And it takes a while. You have to kind of be a guinea pig sometimes. You have to try lots of this that doesn't work and lots of that doesn't work, and you have to try different combinations of things that might or might not work, and it gets exhausting, and sometimes it even makes it worse. But if you're willing to take that step and try it, it can really help. I've seen it really, really change people's lives and make the biggest difference. So again, tip number 4, if you are able and you don't want to make excuses and you actually want to try to do something for yourself, get counseling and find prescription medication that works for you. And if you really don't want to do a counselor, find a friend you can confide in. Your mom, your dad, your grandparents, an aunt and uncle, your significant other, anyone, or a coworker. I don't care. Anyone that you trust and love and know that will listen to you. Just someone to get stuff off your chest. You know, it helps. It helps. So try that one. Tip number 3, guys. Tip number 3. It is so important. Again, these are all so important. These have all helped me a lot. And again, I'm not perfect. I'm nowhere near perfect. I've done a lot of bad stuff, and I am still on that road to recovery and happiness. A lot of you have asked me to share like how I found myself and loved myself again and how I've gotten to happiness, and I just want to say like I'm not completely there yet, in all honesty. I still have a lot of bad days, and this vlog is kind of a journey about discovery of myself too. So I have changed a lot and I have gotten a lot better, but we're still not there yet. I mean, we still got a ways to go. So we'll get there together, okay? So tip number 3 is so important. My grandpa used to tell me all the time from as young as I can remember, and I never, ever clicked until a year ago or so. You are who you surround yourself with, guys. So tip number 3, surround yourself with good people. Okay, and it sounds easy, but it's not. When I was young, I did not choose the best people to spend my time with or associate with. A lot of those people actually ended up being drug addicts themselves, and I see it all over my social media. People are depressed, people are anxious, people are not happy, and it breaks my heart because I know exactly how they feel. And yeah, mental illness, depression, it feels different for absolutely everyone. And everyone deals with it in different ways. But if you can surround yourself with good people, and I mean good-hearted people, people who make you laugh, people who make you happy, people who support you and your dreams, people who understand your failures and still love you anyway, it is the best feeling. And Colin, my boyfriend, he is that person for me. He supports me no matter what. I mean, he is the best guy. He loves me unconditionally for who I really am and not who I was or what the drugs made me. He gets it, and you need to find that. It doesn't have to be a boyfriend, and it doesn't have to be family. A lot of people feel so compelled to hold on to family because they are blood. And I am here to tell you, family can be toxic. Do not force yourself to be around people who tear you down, break you down, make you do bad things, make you make bad choices. Ditch them, okay? You deserve better. Friends, family, coworkers, a job, school, I don't care. Get the hell away from people who bring you down. It is so unhealthy and so miserable. You deserve better, okay? You can find people who love you and care about you, like I said. All right. We are at tip number 2. Okay. Tip number 2 is kind of broad, but guys, it's just self-care. And the definition of self-care is the practice of taking an active role in protecting one's own well-being and happiness, in particular during times of stress. So guys, that's what we're gonna do. That's what you're gonna do. Give yourself some love. please, like, get the right amount of sleep. I feel like crap because I love sleep. I love sleep way too much. I could sleep for 12 or 13 hours and I don't need it. I actually usually end up feeling worse about myself, more tired, and just all around bad. But when I get the right amount of sleep, I am like a completely different person. 7 to 8 hours, golden area. Drink water. I mean, come the hell on. I don't know how some people don't drink water. You are almost completely made up of water. Your body needs water. It is good for your skin. It is good for your brain. It is good for everything. Drink water. Eat healthy food. You are what you eat. And I am by far in no way healthy all the time. Like, I eat like crap, as you can see, okay? But when I do eat good, I feel good, okay? It's not that hard to figure out. Like, what you put in, you get out. So try to eat better, but you have to drink water. Drink water. Take a shower, brush your hair, take a bath, light some candles, smoke a bowl, drink a glass of wine, whatever you do to relax, do it. Go out with your friends, get some human time. Like, we are literally, it's in our DNA to want to spend time with people. And I know when we are depressed, you don't want to. Like, a lot of times, or if you have anxiety, especially social anxiety like I do, it's really hard to push yourself out of your comfort zone and to do things that you wouldn't normally do. But I know, at least for me, I usually don't regret it once I do. And if I do regret it, it's on my list. Don't do it again. Like, you never know. So just, go have breakfast with your friends. Go get coffee with someone. Just do something. Go outside. Get some sunshine. Get some fresh air. I love being outside. The sun gives you vitamin D. That's good for you. I know the sun's good for you. It is known to help cure depression. Like, not cure depression, but help. You need sunshine. And I know it's winter, but like, just get some fresh air. Get some exercise. Do anything to make yourself feel human again. I know as a mom, and I know other moms can relate, it's really easy to forget about yourself and put yourself in the back seat. I mean, and I know I specifically, with depression, I just like purposely forget to think about myself and would rather worry about other people and their wants and needs than my own. And like, I really truly recommend doing at least one thing for yourself a day that makes you feel good about yourself or makes you happy. It will make all the difference in the world. I promise. I promise. You can't really improve your mental health without loving yourself and nurturing yourself. So please, please try to do that. And finally, our number one tip, drum roll please. Get up and get moving. Like, do something. I know this relates a lot to tip number 2, self-care, but like, depression is a vicious cycle, and I know with anxiety and other disorders, it can get even worse, guys. I mean, I am depressed because I don't get up and do anything. And I have, my anxiety makes me feel bad about my depression. Like, I literally think that I am the worst person in the world when I can't get out of bed that day, and my anxiety does not let me forget it. And then my depression just makes my anxiety worse because your mind's racing a million times a minute, and it's sad the whole time. I don't know. It's hard to explain unless you have it and have like kind of dealt with it yourself. God, I'm a hot mess, guys. I'm sorry. Can we just shout out Target for this freaking hoodie? It is so fuzzy. I wish you could feel it, guys. That's great. Back to tip number 1. Get up, get moving, get going, do something. Do any of the things that I've talked about in the beginning of this video. And like I said, just do anything. I mean, it sounds insane and it sounds impossible because you're like, I'm depressed. I don't want to do anything. I physically cannot do anything. You have to make yourself. You have to. God, you have to. I can't stress it enough. And you're allowed to have bad days. Don't get me wrong. You are so allowed to have bad days, but you can't lock yourself in the house for a month and not shower for a week. It's just putting you in a pit of despair, really. I mean, it breaks my heart because I know that there's people out there feeling that way, and I've felt that way. I've felt that way for years at a time, and I still have days like that. I mean, just for me, it's like, get up and do the dishes you haven't done all week, or get up and put that freaking pile of laundry away that you washed 10 days ago. I mean, just the small things. Get up and play a game with Landon, or watch a new movie with your boyfriend, or, I mean, go to breakfast with your friend, like I said, or go visit your grandparents you haven't seen in 5 months, or plan a day with one of your siblings or one of your parents. I mean, you can literally do anything, but you have to do it. That is the first step, just getting up and doing it. Surround yourself. So, okay, we're going to recap because tip number 1 is all about doing all of these things and finding the motivation and the will to do them. Okay, so get up and get going is my number 1 tip. My tip number 2 is self-care. Love yourself. Tip number 3 is surrounding yourself with good people. People who love you and care about you and support you. Number 4, get help. See a counselor, find a friend or someone else you can confide in, and try to find the right prescription drugs for you that will work. Prescribed, not prescription drugs that you take, but prescribed by a doctor to help with your mental illness. And tip number 5 was do not use mind-altering substances to numb the pain or mask the pain. Don't pretend like it isn't real. Don't pretend like it's just going to go away on its own, because it's not. I hate to say it, but that is the honest truth. This stuff is not going to go away by itself. We all wish it would. I wish it would every single day. I wish I could just wake up and feel normal, but that's what I'm trying to do. I want this to be normal. Mental health is so taboo and looked down upon. It is disgusting. My 7-year-old probably knows more about mental health than most adults, and that shouldn't be like that. So we're going to normalize it. We're going to make us just as normal as anyone else. I can't imagine what it's like to not wake up in the morning and just like not feel sad. Like, what is it like to wake up and just be happy? I mean, it's crazy to me that people are like that. I don't know. But you can get there. You can improve your mental health with those 5 tips. And I really just want to thank you guys for watching, for sticking with me through this video, for viewing my last 2 videos, or anything in between. I've gotten so much love and feedback and help and tips from people. I've had people reach out to me that I haven't talked to in years, or since high school, or that I don't even know. So this has been great already, and I can't wait to talk more about things and dive deeper into things. So if you're interested and you like what I have to say, again, subscribe, hit the little bell to get notified of my new videos. You can follow me on my Instagram, Honestly.Kelsey, or you can follow me on my Facebook, Honestly.Kelsey. And thank you so much for watching. And I'm going to try to post twice a week, but at least once a week. And I love you guys, and I hope you have a wonderful night. And we'll talk to you in our next